Leach call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Bowden. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. First down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Second and 4. Oh, it's intercepted. He's trying to get it to Ridley. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On first down, Buckley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. First carry for Christian McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Play action now. Mariota. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Leonard Williams. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Let's go. You tighten up. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Third and long here for Mariota. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Ito Smith, his first carry. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Atlanta.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
To throw on 2nd down, Bowden. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
And the Falcon first down.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now Ito Smith trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bowden. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Falcons 7, Panthers 3.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Right here, right here.
McCaffrey on the counter. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins. Alpha. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Williams make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride when they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
To throw on 2nd down, Bowden. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on first down. Leach. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Right back to him on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 46-yard line.
Let's go. Henry. Tackle.
2nd and 11. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bowden. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
The throw over the middle, taken in. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try the left side. Leach. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down the defense.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, you got deep? Rush in, rush in, rush in. Let's go, come on. Check 59, Mike.
Throwing to start the drive. Bowden. On the completion, this is Carey. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
Here's the 2nd and 7. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Mariota now. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards and a Panther first down. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And now he'll tuck it and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Play fake. Mariota taking a shot for Samuel. It's caught inside the 25. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The extra point up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Operating from the gun. Bowden got his man complete over the middle. It's Gray. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. 3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3. A final shot before break. Bowden airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is going to be incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old...
Touchdown, Falcons! Ito Smith, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Tight as Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey, 4 down.
To throw Mariota. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 there. The Panthers have a 1st down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the gun, Mariota. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold him to 3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
They'll run it now with Smith. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On first down, Leach. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Looking to throw on second down. Bowden. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Bowden. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Brian Burns. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Hey, switch gears. General, west.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Space to maneuver at the 40. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
They'll run on first down. Buckley. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas.
Come on now, let's go.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mariota now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Mariota. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mariota. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
It's just me and you. One.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this one is right through. And that'll bring them back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Bowden. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. This is McCaffrey. Foyesade Oluokun made the tackle there from his safety position.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Mariota, and Thomas has it. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Touchdown, defense.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Now Mariota. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. extra point attempt to come here. And that'll make this a 6-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. Some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Throwing on first down. Bowden looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw. Bowden toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Josh Malone, but now it's 3rd down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the defense helping them out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Here we go. Hey, we got to steal. We got to steal.
On first down, Leach. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw on 2nd down, Bowden. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. He'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Double dog, that's the way. Mike 9.
On 4th down, Bowden. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers will get the football back. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, McCaffrey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the 4th quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Panthers, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.